Thank you, everyone, for tuning in to another episode of Article Reactions. Some of the articles will be informative, some will be shocking, and some may just make you shake your head. We will be starting shortly. You do have the opportunity to financially support the channel in order to help it grow. So, in the very least of that manner, please like, share, and subscribe. Join Char Willie and Classic Ruby for their radio show, Keep the Beat. They broadcast every Wednesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on CRBJ, Classic R&B Jams. There are discussions of the songs, and that can take you back down memory lane. If you missed the live broadcast, no worries. Replays are uploaded on Mixcloud. So, follow JustAskChar Advice channel on Mixcloud and you will receive the notification when these broadcasts are uploaded. So, thank you everyone for joining the show. We are about to get started.
Hi, this is Char Willie from the JustAskChar Advice channel. Join me and Classic Ruby for a radio segment called Keep the Beat. We broadcast every Wednesday night at 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from Classic R&B Jams, CRBJ. We interact with the audience in the chat room where you'll have access to emojis, gifts, and the lively conversation. Press the icon that is a speaker, then press play radio. After a 15-second commercial, all the fun will begin. If you miss the live broadcast, you can listen to the replays from Mixcloud. Follow my channel on Mixcloud, JustAskChar Advice channel, and you will receive notifications when the show has been uploaded. We hope to see you soon, and until then, enjoy this show.
Games, man? Hey, I'm fucking somebody else. Hey!
Shame, shame, shame. Greetings, everyone. How are you? Welcome to another episode of Article Reactions. Let's see what we have for you today. Have a couple of things to share. Let's see what we got. Should we start off with something positive? Yes, let's do that. That's always a good starter. Let me share my screen. This is about a young person doing some good things for the community. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. As soon as it decides to let me share, it is blinking. Okay, there it is. I know you guys are busy, you're out and about. It's the first of the month, so I definitely understand. Hey, people have paid rent, mortgage, and all that. Got to pay them other little bills. Hey, I get you. Let's see what we got here. There we go. We have an 11-year-old New York City young man or young boy, and he opens a thrift shop for low-income families. And he said he wanted to be a hero. I think that's lovely. So I'm going to read into the story, and I'm sure this may be familiar to some people because not everyone had it like that when they were growing up. Some people understand the struggle. All right, what we have here. Okay, I'm going to call him Mr. Peters. He's a 5th grader on a mission to make sure that those that are less fortunate are able to dress to impress. With that in mind, the 11-year-old from Brooklyn, New York, runs, and try to pronounce his name, Obacho Closet, a thrift store selling affordable donated clothes and shoes for kids under $10, according to Good Morning America. The project initially started in 2018 as an online thrift store, but it has since grown, and actually it outgrown its digital life. And in December, just so happened to be on his birthday, he opened his first brick and mortar store in the Brooklyn neighborhood of Flatbush, according to the outlet. It makes me feel like the hard work I've been doing in this community has finally paid off, he said at the store grand opening, which even had Brooklyn Borough President Eric Abrams in attendance. He was able to get his dream off the ground thanks to a GoFundMe page, which explained the inspirational backstory of his mission. And I'm going to show you the young man, show you a full picture of him in his suit. All right, there you go, there you go. Oh, watch out now. What you know about that? What do you know about that? Look at him. All right, let me finish my article. Let's see. Hey, where'd my page go? Oh, there it is. 1 second. All right. The student wrote that after seeing Avengers: Infinity War, he asked his mom, Sasha Peters, for 8 toys from the film. When Peters said she couldn't afford the toys, Obacho took matters in his own hands, selling clothes and shoes he no longer wore to pay for them himself. I realized that other families must face these same challenges when taking care of their children, he wrote. That idea turned into the mission I have today, to help the community grow. I was inspired by all the superheroes helping to make the world a better place. He added to GMA, I wanted to be a hero myself by helping my mom. Peters, a single mom from St. Thomas, U.S. Virgin Islands, helped her son launch his website, and spotting an entrepreneurial spirit, signed him up for business classes after school. Okay. You have to nurture kids when they come up with ideas and have to pay attention to everything they say, because they're telling you how to groom them to become a better version of themselves, she told the outlet. And that is so true. We have children that have ideas, and if we don't pay attention to them, because they're telling us, they see something, and then you also get a glimpse of your child, what they're paying attention to, and just move in that direction. Help them out. Say, okay, I may not have the money, but let's see what I can find out there, because there are a lot of places that you can go, like the library. You can go and get books. There's a lot of seminars when they have camps and everything in the summer. There's different places you can take your child. And that's only one way to explore what's out there. Because let's just say your child may not have just this. Let's say they don't come up with anything, concrete like this. Take them around other people, around other kids, and let them enjoy. Let them see what's out there. We have music, and there's so many different instruments. Not every child, and this is what I'm so tired of, they think that every Black boy is going to play basketball. Then it went into, oh, he's going to be a rapper. There's more to just that. That's what television shows you, but no, it's more than just that. Hey, everybody coming in. I am not looking at the chat room. I was still on my screen. Oreo. Oh, how are you? Don Teasy, take it easy. Who else I miss? Oh, LaShawn, how are you? Hope you're doing well. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're being safe out there. All right. And anyone else I miss? Greetings. Welcome. What's happening? How are you? Good to see you. Thanks for coming by. So do keep that in mind. Help your children grow. If you don't have an idea, don't just push off your dreams and ideas on them. That may not be the direction that they need to go. Everyone is born with some type of talent. I don't care what it is. Even think about it. If you know children that are challenged, some of them have a talent that you wish you can pay to learn how to do. Whether it's they can calculate quickly, they can see things that other people can't see, whether it's their sight or just their senses. Nurture that. See what it is. So I was very happy to see that story. I'm like, okay, something positive. I like that. So shout out to the young man. All right, so now the next story I'm gonna bring up is a little bit about entertainment. And I know y'all know about that entertainment. You want to pretend that you don't, but I know you do. So let me bring that up for you. Little entertainment. All right. I had too many windows open. That was my issue. I've been a little busy beaver today, but I closed it out. Okay, let's see what we got here. A little Houston news. I'm going to share audio because I think it's a little video to play. Adult club owner says he's not giving up after Houston police shut him down Friday morning. The adult entertainment club owner say he's not giving up after the venue was forced to close early. Oh man. I'll play the audio for you, and the video rather.
Speaking of bars, our next story focuses on a fight over what can and can't open. The Houston strip club opened at midnight and was shut down 15 minutes later. Janelle Ford has that story breaking overnight.
Well, Steph, the debate is whether or not the club has the correct permits to operate as a full-service restaurant. We spoke with the owner this morning. He was clearly upset because he says, although this is a strip club, they also serve food. HPD told him if he didn't shut down, he'd be charged with a Class B misdemeanor. While he obliged, he said he's not going down without a fight. The club has been advertising that it would be opening as a restaurant with entertainment in coordination with Phase 1 of Governor Greg Abbott's plan to reopen Texas. Onyx promoted that all staff will wear masks and they have a plan in place to practice social distancing inside the club. Still, 15 minutes after opening at midnight, HPD and the fire marshal shut things down.
And have our attorney sorted out in the morning with the city. But we'll be back here at 8 or 7 p.m. tomorrow night. And I guess tomorrow night I'll be dressed for jail instead of talking to you guys, just in case, because I just think they're wrong.
We're still waiting on a statement from HPD. Back to you.
Shame. Just shame. Now, the interesting part is he's both. This Houston, it is a strip club, but it's also a restaurant. So because of the COVID, he said, okay, I understand the social distancing. I got that. But what I could do, I can open up, and just have just a restaurant part. And they like, oh, no, that's a problem too. But see, they were told they just couldn't be anywhere past 25% capacity. So either way he's trying, they're like, nope, you can't do it. So I think somebody got it in for him. That's what I truly believe. But let me read a little bit of the story here. A Houston strip club that opened the doors at midnight Thursday as a restaurant with entertainment was shut down only 15 minutes later after Houston police and a fire marshal. Authorities turned the music off at the strip club and put a halt to the show as they tried to determine if the facility had the proper permits to operate as a full-service restaurant. Texas Governor Greg Abbott reopening plans for May 1st allow restaurants to reopen at 25% capacity. Club Onyx, which is off Richmond Avenue near Chimney Road, Rock Road, and if y'all need direction, I'll let you know because they got a $10 meal. I know y'all want to get there. He announced that he was reopening on social media. Seating would be limited, according to the club post. They had sanitation stations set up and everything. Only 6 people were going to be able to be booked when it came down because they couldn't have any parties. So that was it. That your party of 6, that's as big as they were able to book. So when they came and said, "Oh no, you can't be no club, no more booty shaking over here, He said, "Okay, don't worry about it." He said, "We're just gonna do the restaurant part." No, you can't do that either. No. So he's working with his attorney. He said he is going to fight the good fight because he don't believe that he's going to be able to survive, and it's understandable. And I get him. He's trying to do one or the other. I don't blame him. You say, "Hey, I can't be a strip club." Okay. Well, it's a restaurant inside of here, so we're going to wipe down the poles and we're just going to serve some food. Now, occasionally a woman might, drop it like it hot, when she serves the food, but what is that to you? So these people got to eat. People come there, just happen to be a lot of men. They want to get served food. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. They want some chicken wings. Yeah, that's it. But they do have a $10 menu. So you can't beat it. You pay $10, you're gonna get some food and see some boobs. Hey, isn't that a deal? No? Okay. Yeah, but that just tickled me. Hey, Poetic Chaos, how are you? I know you out and about. Thank you so much for coming through. Enjoy the show. Let's see what else I got for you. Oh, I got a little embezzlement for you. Everybody like a little embezzlement now and again. So let me see. I'm going to do this for you. Got that embezzlement for ya. I wonder what the face looks like. Let's find out, shall we? You might be surprised. Then again, you might not be. Let's see. This church volunteer. Been hearing a lot about this with the church volunteers. They like, hey, let me volunteer and count that money y'all got coming in. Under that, what is it, 501c? Whatever, I can't remember which one it is. They said, let me count that for you. That tax-free money. Church volunteer allegedly, yeah, right, steals more than $500,000. Make thousands of online purchases. Well, maybe they needed something. Let's find out what they needed, shall we?
$60,000 from St. Paul's Baptist Church in Florence. Live outside the church at 450 Eyre Street is Action News reporter Bob Brooks. And Bob, you've got the full story.
Well, Jim, you have to wonder how something like this can happen for so long. This went on, according to investigators, for 5 years. But the pastor here says that's pretty easy. They're a church, they're Christians, and they were just a little too trustworthy. Tonight, they had an emergency meeting. Trustees of the St. Paul's Baptist Church in Florence vow they'll move forward.
Most of the church know about what was going on. And thankfully, the contributions have not decreased.
But there's no doubt what Taisha Smith DeJoseph is accused of has hurt them dearly. Burlington County authorities say the Willingboro woman took the role of church volunteer financial secretary so she could rip them off during a 5-year stretch. We asked the pastor how this could happen.
We put our trust in other people as well as in God. And sometimes that trust is misplaced.
In the end, prosecutors say Smith DeJoseph stole more than $561,000 to support lavish lifestyle habits. That includes 2,700 PayPal purchases in excess of $266,000, 805 Amazon purchases in excess of $22,000. She made purchases from ASOS.com, an online clothing retailer, Verizon, GM Financial for a car bill, Comcast, Dish Network, and to pay off a Capital One credit card. Investigators say she used church money to even fund her wedding at the Marion in Cinnaminson. They also say she stuck herself on the church payroll and that she wrote 181 unauthorized checks to herself in excess of $182,000. And she left the church accounts in a negative balance 510 times in 7 years. And she also failed to file taxes in 2014, 15, 16, and 2018.
It's very hurtful for the entire congregation.
No, Jim, the pastor says they've already put plans in action to make sure this never happens again. And in September, it is the church's 110th anniversary. You see that awning where it says entrance. They say with some of the money that they know they're going to have now that this person is out, they're going to put a new awning on to celebrate that milestone.
Rob Marciano in the studio this morning, but following a big nor'easter.
I'm going to see if I can. No, I can't. Oh, well, too bad. I wanted to pause it. I wanted to go back to her spending because that credit card bill she had was really low. She only had $600 some. I remember seeing that. But everything else, I guess so, if she's spending the church money. But this was for 5 years. How you not know something by year 2? That's what I don't get. How you didn't know by year 2? Come on now. Come on. That makes me think that somebody was in on it. Because well, yeah, how did she do that? And you didn't know? Come on now. I'm sorry. Let me, I think I can pull it back up. I'm going to try. I might not be able to. Let me see. Because there's something I want to point out on this. Okay, let's see here. 181 unauthorized checks. What about after 20 checks? 30? 45? 70? Y'all didn't, come on. And look at the amount. 182,000? Come on now. I'm sorry. Something was going on. It's more to the story. Now, she left the church accounts in the negative 510 times. And this, they said in 7 years, but originally it said she was there for 5. So I'm trying to figure that one out. But still, whichever number you want to go with, 5 or 7, it's the same thing. It's the same darn thing. Come on now. That's a lot of times. How many times you gonna go in red? How you gonna have a negative balance? And this person is volunteered. I'm trying to think why somebody else didn't take over. I just want to know. Do this make sense to you? Now, what taxes they talking about? Because when they mentioned it, it seems they were talking about her personal taxes. Okay. Okay. Baby, bye. This is too much for me. But I wonder what's going to happen to her. And I be trying to follow some of these stories, but it's kind of hard because if it's not hot news, they don't, advertise it again. It's like, okay, this happened. The person going to get fined, get jail time, and then they move on to the next hot story. But I just don't get it. I'm sorry, somebody had to be getting part of it. Somebody, they're like a small church. It didn't seem that large. And who did she get married to? I just want to know. Can I be nosy? I really like to know, who did she marry? And the fact that she paid for some of the wedding. What was that all about? I can get it if, a lot of times the women, they'll pay for the women's the bridesmaid dresses and stuff, but what else did she pay for? That's crazy. Okay, well maybe I'll be able to follow up. I'll try, I can't promise. But that's one thing about me. I've always been one to want to know what happened. No, her first name wasn't Smith. It was hyphenated. Um, as far as why they didn't have her first name, that I couldn't explain to you, but no, it wasn't Smith. That is kind of interesting. All right, so I got another story that is positive. You flip back and forth a little bit. No, you don't have to have all bad news. A little something here, a little something there. And I'll play this for you. All right. Uh-oh. Well, I wasn't ready. Okay, here we go.
Rubin was there as Governor Gavin Newsom and Mayor Sam Liccardo toured the units.
It's the details that are intended to make this feel like home. The walkways are lined with flowers. Bike racks hang by the doors. The rooms, though tiny, have both heat and air conditioning.
This is beyond my greatest expectations.
The Maybury Bridge housing project in San Jose took years to conceive and thousands of volunteer hours to build. But now the first residents have moved off the streets and into the units.
So this is intended to have individuals become acclimated to being a part of a community, to learning how to take care of their units, building independent living skills.
Governor Gavin Newsom toured the site along with Mayor Sam Liccardo. He says addressing homelessness needs to be a priority.
I'm in for the long haul. We own this. We're not pointing fingers anymore. We own this.
And he says projects like this are just the beginning.
The work that was done here can quickly be replicated at half the time elsewhere. So I could not be more enthusiastic about where we're going to be in 2 or 3 years. But I also make the point, in 2 or 3 years.
These tiny homes are meant to be temporary. Residents will only stay about 60 days or until they can get into permanent housing.
We need to get them housed somewhere safely, and this is the kind of place where they can be until that apartment opens.
And though people are still moving in, at least one resident is moving out. She already found a permanent place nearby.
It's going really, really well. We're excited to see positive results.
9 people have moved in here so far. The hope is to get all 40 spots filled in the coming weeks. There's also a second site already in the works. In San Jose, Ann Rubin, KTVU Fox 2 News.
Okay, that sounds like some good news, to be able to help people with housing. It is kind of interesting that it's only for 60 days, which really is a short time when it comes down to looking for something permanent. But if maybe they got a system that's set up that they can do this well, I don't know. I don't know. But I'm hoping that it really can help some people, because everywhere there's a lot of homelessness. And just think about what we're dealing with now. We're going to have people that once they have to pay their rent because of this COVID situation, because a lot of people have lost their jobs, their hours are cut, furloughed, just so many different things. It really is a lot. And it's good to hear, like I said, with housing, but it's never going to be enough. Let's be honest, the way life is, that's good. There's a start here in California. And I've seen videos done that the housing, people have lost their homes in California, just a great number, a great numbers. But again, you celebrate what you can. They have these tiny homes, get people off the street or just transfer, one spot from maybe a homeless shelter to this temporary living to a permanent spot, because it can happen. Sometimes you just need a short time. I think 90 days will be more suitable for people, but this is what they have. Hey, hopefully it works out. And speaking of housing, I find this next story to be very interesting. It has a little bit with COVID, it has a little bit to do with housing. Well, a lot of it. Let me just share it. And this is kind of sad because I understand landlords need their money, but if it's empty, really, how is that going to work for you? Just saying. Just saying. All right. Oops. Wait a minute. Let me copy it so I don't move it from the screen. Paste it. Okay, now I got it right. All right, good thing. Restaurant employee challenges property group on prepaid lease. Can you see that place? I remember someone that had a starter house and they lived there. And when you walk on the sidewalk, you can actually hear them talk inside that house. Because at first, when I first seen this, I'm like, is this Chicago? I think I know that house. It was yellow too. But it isn't. Let's see where this is. This is in, was this in Alabama? I read it earlier. I should remember, but I don't. I don't. Okay, I'm going to read it, and there you go. All right. COVID-19 left many struggling to pay rent, but Asheville resident Rachel Atkins is facing a different housing challenge. She was told she had to pay 12-month lease in advance because of her job in the service industry. Now, let's stop right there. Is that legal? Can it be? And if so, why are people doing it now? That's to push certain people away. That's what it is. But let's continue. Atkins, who works at a downtown restaurant, has been trying to find a house and move in with her partner. They found a property at 74 Livingston Street and scheduling a viewing on June 22nd. The house was perfect and it was within an hour. They submitted an application with the WNC Property Management, which oversees the rental. The next morning, Atkins received the following email from WNC Property Management. And let me show you all that, and then let me scroll down so you can see it. There it is, right there. Since your employment is in the service industry, and many businesses in the service industries are currently struggling, closed, or potentially closing in the near future, you will be required to prepay your 12-month lease in advance. Wow. Isn't that something? Isn't that something? So you're going to we don't know what the future is. We really don't. Let's say, and I really hate to use this as an example, but I just going to. Let's say that her and her partner did pay, and she passed away 6 months later. Is she going to give up the 6 months to the partner since she paid in advance? Probably not. Probably not. Atkins offered to send previous pay stubs and a letter from her employers verifying her job, but that wasn't good enough. We are in very challenging and uncertain economic times, and there is a good chance that many businesses in the service industries will be closing over the next 12 months. A response from the property managers read, wow. The bill for the entire 12-month lease added up to $14,400, Atkins says, after the property manager said it couldn't compromise. She posted the exchange on Facebook, prompting hundreds of comments in several locally oriented Facebook groups. I just feel stressed out about finding a spot to move in, Atkins said. It's already a tricky market without adding in all these layers. Jim Barnett, executive director of Asheville-based nonprofit Pigger Legal Services, said that requiring a year's rent in advance is likely legal. Likely legal. And now he's from a legal service. He said likely legal. However, he continues, the requirement may run counter to the spirit of the residential security deposit law. You think so? That's a heck of a deposit, a whole year. I need $14,000. You can rent this apartment. Yeah, that's it. This practice probably does not violate, the fair housing laws because working in a particular job is not a protected class, ordinarily, Barnett said. Landlords can landlords can discriminate based on credit checks. So I guess landlords can require a prospective tenant to demonstrate ability to pay. What kind of mess is that? We already know. We already know what this is. We know. I'm trying to make a little light of it, but we know what this is. I wanted to give you guys a picture, but you already know what it is. You already know what it is. You know who this person is. We haven't even seen them, but we already know the deal. And then the way the legal service just danced around it. It probably is. It could be. Well, we don't know. Oh, it might. That's awful. That is terrible. What kind of mess is that? Might be, could be, who knows? So I go before a judge, and the judge is, what? You think this person is really going to be able to defend their client? Well, Your Honor, we thought it probably was, it could be, and it might be, yeah, so we asked for the $14,000 up front, yeah, you know. Get out of here with that, please. Ridiculous. Mm. Speaking about the law, I'll make this my last one about the law. And this ticked me off. I hate injustice. I really do. I hate when people are discriminated against. It just burns my skin. I just really can't stand it. I'm gonna tell you what happened to this young lady. Okay, pull that up and paste it. All right. Thousands of U.S. judges who broke laws oath remained on the bench. Okay, let me tell you what happened to this young lady that is pictured. Her name is Marquita Johnson, and she's in she's in Montgomery, Alabama. Judge Les Hayes once sentenced this single mother to 496 days behind bars for failing to pay traffic tickets. 496, so that's over 1 year now, for failing to pay traffic tickets. The sentence was so stiff, it exceeded the jail time Alabama allowed for negligent homicide. Marquita Johnson, who was locked up in April 2012, says the impact of her jail time endures today. Johnson's 3 children were cast into foster care while she was incarcerated. One daughter was molested, state records show. Another was physically abused. Judge Hayes took away my life and didn't care about how my children suffered, she said. She's now 36 years old. My girls will never be the same. Fellow inmates found her sentence hard to believe. They had a nickname for her. They call her the woman with all the days, Johnson said. That's what they called me, the woman with all the days. There were people who had committed real crimes who got out before me. In 2016, the state agency that oversees judge charges Hayes with violating Alabama's Code of Judicial Conduct. According to the Judicial Inquiry Commission, Hayes broke state and federal laws by jailing Johnson and hundreds of other Montgomery residents too poor to pay fines. Among those jailed, a plumber struggling to make rent, a mother who skipped meals to cover the medical bills of her disabled son, and a hotel housekeeper working her way through college. Hayes, a judge since 2000, admitted in court documents of violating 10 different parts of the state's judicial conduct code. One of the counts was a breach of a judge's most essential duty, failing to respect and comply with the law. She broke the law of keeping the law. It can't get any worse than that. You broke the law by breaking the law, or the law that you weren't supposed to break. Okay. Despite the severity of the ruling, Hayes wasn't barred from serving as a judge. Instead, the Judicial Commission and Hayes reached a deal. The former Eagle Scout would serve an 11-month unpaid suspension. Oh, this is a man. Then he could return to the bench. Until he was disciplined, Hayes said in an interview with Reuters, I never thought I was doing something wrong. This week, Hayes is set to retire after 20 years. Ha! Ain't that something? They get to retire every darn time. And I bet you he got a pension. I bet you he got a pension. Okay, let me calm down. Woosah. This week, Hayes is set to retire after 20 years as a judge. In a statement to Reuters. Hayes says he is very remorseful in his misdeeds. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure of it. Yes, that's enough already. That is awful. That is awful. And that's the thing, because people do not receive punishment when they do bad things, it just encourages them to keep going. They don't stop. They just continue. And traffic tickets, traffic tickets. You can have traffic tickets and don't even know it. They have in here in Chicago where they have like a little glue strip and they can put it on your window. Sometimes the thing don't stick. I've seen them on the ground because it rained or whatever, or the thing just didn't work. And then some of the police officers that do that, they're so slick, they don't even put the ticket on the car. They don't. Because what they had, they used to have like a 3-strike rule. Then they changed it to 2. So that means you get a ticket in January, and then you get one, let's say, in July. But you don't even know about the one in January because it was winter, snowing, the police didn't get out of his car, or if he tried to reach out, because I've seen it happen. I've been on my way to the store or coming home from work or whatever. It's cold. The police officer would be in his car, write it, and try to lean out the window to put the ticket on the car. Sometime they make it, sometime they don't. And I'm an eyewitness to that. That is ridiculous. So with you having 2 tickets, now they can boot your car. So you didn't know about the one, and you were going to pay the one that happened later on, and you can mail it in. But if you don't beat that system, which more likely you don't, because all they need to do is see that you have a ticket. They don't care that you pay it on time. Those people that are out walking, those meter maids, just out walking, besides those vans that they have the camera on there scanning those license plates, oh, they got you. Trust me, you'd be surprised how they do it in Chicago. They get you real quick. They be looking to get you. And it's ridiculous. But thank you so much, everyone, for coming out and tuning in. I appreciate it. Thank you for your support. And next week, we'll have the show with some more articles. Yeah. You guys be safe until next time, okay? And until then, peace. Hi, this is Char Willie from the JustAskChar Advice channel on YouTube. Join me every Friday night at 9:30 p.m. Central Standard Time for an open panel discussion. You'll find myself, Classic Ruby, and others giving our honest opinion, giving several examples, and problem solving. If you have an email for advice, you can send it to JustAskChar@gmail.com. Hope to see you soon.